When we talk about reality creation, it's important for us to understand that we are literally becoming the thing that we are creating. Like, if you want to be who you really want to be, you have to become that. You're not just going to wake up one day and your life is totally different. You start becoming who you want to be. And there's lots of things that we can do. You know, as humans, we tend to try to change our outside circumstances, which is fine. And we can do that and we should do that. Like, say you're kind of a sloppy, lazy person and you want to start presenting yourself differently. So you might do things like clean your house, do your laundry, start dressing better, start talking different, maybe go on a diet, start eating better, get a haircut. These are all things you can do to change your outward appearance and your image. And these are important things, and we should do those things. But when it comes to creating the reality that we really desire for ourselves, what we have to understand is that we are literally becoming that. We're not just dressing like it or talking like it or walking like it. We're actually becoming it. And there's a funny thing that happens. It's like once we've done everything we can do to change our outward reality, then it's like the spirit or God or the universe or life itself, whatever name you want to ascribe to it. It's like at that point, once we've done everything that we can do, then the spirit kicks in and helps us do the things that we can't so easily do on our own. Because if we're going to become the person we really want to be, it has to be the total package, not just the outside, but the inside as well. It has to match, it has to be fitted together so that it will be the complete and total package. You know, we've all met people that might have outward success. They may have a lot of money, be very financially successful, but then once you meet them and you really get to know them, you know, maybe they're just kind of an asshole. They're not really nice people, you know. Their marriage might be falling apart. They might not have good relationships with their kids or just whatever, you know, because they haven't done the inner work. They may have changed their outward circumstances, but they haven't done the work on the inside. They might be presenting themselves differently, but if we're going to be honest and we're really going to become the person that we really want to be, it's got to be inside and outside. It's got to be both. So I wanted to just share with you an example that happened to me the other day. And what's funny is when the universe presents these opportunities for us to make inner changes, they're normally just common things. The universe works with whatever we have laying around, so to speak. And so the other day I had kind of a stressful day at work. I was a little concerned and stressed out about money. Um, Not that I'm broke, but it's been kind of tight lately. And I've got a ex-wife and we've got 4 kids between us. And so there's still lots of things that have to be worked out with kids being taken to school and sports practices, games, school functions, things like that. And I had already had kind of a stressful day at work. And like I said, I was kind of stressed out in my mind about money. And my ex-wife calls my daughter, who's staying at my house, and says, I want to talk to you and your dad. So she brings the phone into the living room to me where I'm sitting on the couch. And my ex-wife um, tells me that our youngest son has an orthodontist appointment the next day, and it's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I immediately start thinking, well, I can't take off work. You know, money's kind of tight. I need to make all the money I can. I can't just take off work in the middle of the day and take my son to the orthodontist appointment, because by the time I get back, it's going to be time to pick up my other daughter from school and all this stuff. So the whole day's shot. I'm not going to be able to make any money or anything like that. And so I just said, no, I can't do it. I can't take him to his orthodontist appointment tomorrow. And then she goes, but he's also got basketball practice later that evening. And I'm just like, God, okay. Well, I can't do that because I have to work and make money. That was my only focus. I was just, up in my head about I need to go make money. So I said, I can't do that. And she said, okay, I'll figure it out. And we hung up. Well, that just like infuriated me for some reason because of the headspace I was in. And she had made the comment, she was like, well, I just want to make sure we're coordinating things because it's really important that our kids get to their appointments on time and their practices. And I took that as like an insult, and it caused this like fight or flight response. And, there's reasons behind why that happened. But the point is, I reacted in like this flight or flight mode, and it angered me. The very fact that she would call and ask me to take off work basically all day to run the kids to all these different things because I couldn't make any money that day if I were to do that. And in my head, because it's like the ex-wife, I'm thinking she purposely scheduled our son's dentist appointment at 2:00 in the afternoon just to dig at me, just to make it inconvenient for me because she knows I wouldn't want to have to do that. I wouldn't want to have to take a day off work to go do that. So she did it on purpose, which that's not the truth at all. But in my head, that's how I was responding to it. And that's what I was thinking. So we hung up the phone, and then I proceeded to tell my 15-year-old daughter, next time your mom calls and wants to talk to both of us, just tell her to call me. I'm tired of her going through you to get to me. And I just went on this diatribe of like, this is why nobody likes her, because this is what she does to people. She just uses people. And I started having a little pity party for myself. And I'm like, I don't even have time to do anything I want to do. I don't even have time to meditate or read my Bible or anything like that because I'm so busy running everyone to all their appointments. But your mom gets to go out to dinner every night and hang out with friends because I'm the one doing all the running, That's the reaction I had. Well, then later on the next day, I'm at work and it kind of starts weighing on me. I'm like, I don't like the way I responded. And I started asking myself, why did I respond that way? Why did I respond with such emotion? Why did I automatically take that simple question of, can you take our son to his orthodontist appointment? Why did that feel like a personal attack to me? And so, as I was asking myself these questions, my higher self asked me a question and said, well, what would the ideal situation be? What would you have liked to have happened in that situation? How would you have liked to have responded? And I thought about it for a little bit, and I thought, well, I would like to have not responded that way in like fight or flight or angry or received those comments as a personal attack on myself. But then my higher self asked me the question again, well, the version of you that you want to be, how would they have responded in that situation? And I thought, well, the version of myself that I really want to be is a successful spiritual author and teacher. And I would like to just have money coming in. I would like to be prosperous from the sales of my books that I wrote and the public speaking that I do. I would like to just have money and kind of passive income coming in like that. And then I would not worry about taking my kids to the orthodontist appointment or taking them to basketball practice because it wouldn't matter. I'd be happy to do it because I wouldn't be worried about taking off work or missing out on making money. I would just be happy that I was free and able to take my kids to the dentist and then to basketball practice and then pick them up from school and come home and make dinner and all of these family things. I would just be happy to do it, and I would be happy internally, and I would be happy in my mind. and I would be peaceful, and I would not have responded in a fight or flight mode just because someone asked me to take my 12-year-old son to the orthodontist. And then I heard my higher self say, well, then be that person. You have to become the version of you that you really want to be. And so I was looking at my phone and I was like, well, his appointment's at 2 o'clock. It's 12:30. I've already done a little bit of work today, and I thought, I'll just let her figure it out and let her get him to the dentist appointment, and I'll just continue to work. But then I started feeling like cowardly about that, because that's not how the version of me that I really want to be, that's not how that person would act. That person would be happy to help and wouldn't take it as a personal attack, because I'm free in my mind, in my life. I'm living a prosperous lifestyle outwardly and inwardly, the total package. And so I picked up the phone and called and said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take our son to the orthodontist appointment. No worries. And she responded, great, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I felt good about that. It was the right thing to do. And what was happening is I was actually merging into the person I really want to be by making good on that decision to take him to the orthodontist appointment. Because the real version of me that I really want to be, the prosperous version of me, like I said, would have been happy to do that. It wouldn't have been an inconvenience. And so I made the decision, I'm going to do that. I'm going to act like the person I want to be, the version of myself that I want to be. And I think a lot of times we forget to do that. We get so busy making outward changes, and we wonder why it doesn't really stick. We wonder why the new reality we're trying to create that never really seems to sit in, it never seems to really take effect. We might have a little success here and there, but it never seems like it really meshes, like we really achieve what we're wanting. And it's because we're not the total package when we're acting that way. We can make all the outward changes we want, but if we don't make the inner changes, the outward changes are never going to stick. It's just going to be a facade. And so I just wanted to encourage you today, when you're creating your reality, when you are understanding who you really want to be, and you have made outward changes, realize that at that point, the universe is going to step in, or God is going to step in and present you with opportunities to really be that person that you're wanting to become. And when you make the right decision to actually do the things that that version of yourself would do, you then are actually literally becoming the best version of yourself. You're actually becoming it. And so that is what I consider to be the main tool, the main objective, the magical secret, if you will, of becoming who you really want to be, is understanding that you really are becoming what you're creating. And so keep your eyes open for these opportunities to respond like the highest version of yourself would respond. And that is a step in the right direction. That is you actually becoming who you really want to be. So I hope that helps. I hope you got some value out of that today. Hope you can use it in your own life. And let me know in the comments if this worked for you. Let me know your situation. It's fun to share these things with one another. It's encouraging. I'll see you on the next video.